We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Government funding, inflation, Middle East violence, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. The House of Representatives has passed a $460 billion bill to fund part of the federal government for the remainder of fiscal year 2024. As expected, more Democrats voted for the bill than Republicans, and it passed 339 to 85. The issue of how to fund the government has splintered the House's GOP's razor-thin majority for much of this congressional term, with Republican hardliners pressuring their conference to drift toward significant spending cuts and conservative policy riders that the Democrats who control the White House and Senate have called non-starters. The 1,050-page bipartisan legislation is a package of 6 bills dealing with departments and agencies whose funding expires on Friday. Agriculture and the Food and Drug Administration, the Justice and Commerce Departments, Energy and Water Development, the Department of Interior, and Transportation and Housing are all in this bill. Iran-backed Houthi militants killed 3 crew members on a Barbados-flagged Liberian-owned commercial ship carrying steel from China to Saudi Arabia through the Gulf of Aden. Wednesday's missile strike on the MV True Confidence also wounded 4 members of the international crew from India, Vietnam, the Philippines, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. These were the first fatalities of the Yemeni militant group's months of attacks on ships in the Gulf of Aden and Red Sea, purportedly in support of embattled Palestinians. The reckless attacks by the Houthis have disrupted global trade and supply chains, and now they've killed international seafarers simply doing their jobs, according to the U.S. Central Command. President Biden is expected to propose raising taxes on large companies in his State of the Union address on Thursday, taking aim at executive compensation as he lays out a campaign year message that contrasts with that of rival Donald Trump and his tax agenda. Biden's plan reprises many corporate tax ideas he has pitched since the 2020 campaign and failed to get through Congress, even when Democrats were in charge of both houses, such as raising the corporate tax rate to 28% and boosting taxes on U.S. companies' foreign profits. He is set to offer some new ideas on top of those as he runs for a second term. The additional proposals include raising a corporate minimum tax, which took effect this past year, to 21% from 15%. Biden will also call for imposing stiffer limits on companies' ability to deduct the wages of their highest paid workers, according to White House officials. Increasing taxes on business is an increased cost, which generally gets passed on to their customers, further making inflation harder on the average American. A controversial $24 receipt from a Five Guys restaurant has recently put social media users up in arms. An X account named Wall Street Silver published a picture of the viral receipt, which he said he took from Reddit on March 1st. The receipt shows a $21.91 total for a bacon cheeseburger, soda, and small fries. This is the latest fast food receipt to go viral, highlighting the rising prices seen across the country. Restaurant operators are facing increasing costs as inflation pushes the cost of food up and rising minimum wage laws force employee costs higher. These costs are then passed on to the consumer. That's the raw naked truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.